Another senseless act of violence here in America over the weekend. A 20-year-old made an assassination attempt against former President Donald Trump during a rally in Pennsylvania.
Although Trump is okay, an attendee at the rally was killed in the crossfire. His name, Corey Compratore, who was a firefighter and being hailed a hero for shielding his family from gunfire.
And as the country processes the magnitude of this event, we're left wondering how to navigate through the never-ending fight for love and for unity.
Joining us now, Dr. Charryse Johnson, mental health counselor and friend of the show. Dr. Johnson, thanks for being here with us.
Thanks for having me.
I think everybody shared some of the same reactions when we all got the alerts that this had actually happened. There was just shock, fear, confusion.
Yeah, it sent a shockwave, I think, through everybody. And we have to recognize that regardless of where we stand politically, that acts of violence are never helpful. And what we need more than anything, you just said, is unity.
Well, I think part of the problem is like we get in our feels for like 5 minutes. All right.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, is he okay?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, someone lost their life. That's horrible.
Yeah.
Who could have done this? And then within 5 minutes, we go right back to pointing fingers and blaming. Well, it's because Trump says this. Well, it's because the left blamed this. We go right back to fighting. And then we've made it almost okay to reach for violence when we disagree with people.
Yeah. And one of the best things that we can do is pull back and not justify lashing out, being very cautious of our conversations and knowing that there are multiple different facets to this situation, and pointing the fingers is not going to help us move forward as a country.
What's that conversation like with your kids at home?
You know, ironically, I have a 24-year-old who ran downstairs immediately as this happened. And so I think first asking them, well, what do you think? And letting them kind of chime in. And then actually making sure that they feel comfortable, because this is another act of gun violence, something that we've seen a lot. So even moving towards the bigger issue of this is never okay, and do you still feel safe?
We have someone that we know that's an older teenager and said, well, it's because of all the bad stuff that Trump said. Well, while that's not officially accurate, and that's just a teenager's opinion, I think that I don't know, how do we teach everyone to it's okay to disagree without taking it? There's always going to be someone that's an extremist on one end or the other. How do we get through that?
I think it goes back to that conversation around how do you address this as a family. Nothing that someone says or does gives reason for an act of violence. And we can't utilize that as an excuse, but somewhere along the way, I think we've lost a bit of a moral compass that we need to get back.
And we've got a couple more months of all of this until November. How do we navigate and still feel like we keep our sanity for some people out there?
Yeah, as much as everybody wants to stay informed, I actually think we would benefit from pulling back from all of the information and just really focusing, knowing your local, state, and national place that you want to be in terms of voting, and really sticking to the issues and not getting into all the side conversations and all the banter and going back and forth.
You know, one of the things that I'm sure we're going to hear in the next couple of days from Trump is he's adjusting his speech, he says, to talk about uniting America. How does that, because some of our voices only go as far as the circle of influence that we're around, does that start in our living rooms, like you say? Does it start in our neighborhoods, in our community? Trying to unite? I mean, it's a sounds like a good word.
Yeah, I think all of the above. We have to be in safe places and learn how to have courageous conversations again. We've lost the art of being able to sit down together and know that even if we disagree, that doesn't mean that I have to hate you or not talk to you. We just disagree on some things, and we can still work together and do what's best collectively. But home is always the best place to start.